Dr. Phil McGraw became a household name, known for his direct, no-nonsense advice on daytime TV. He built a brand around helping people tackle tough personal and family issues, making phrases like, "How's that working for ya?" part of pop culture. With a PhD in clinical psychology, he created a unique blend of therapy and entertainment, dominating daytime television for over 2 decades. His influence extended beyond TV, with best-selling books and public speaking. Viewers trusted him to deliver hard truths, seeing him as an authoritative figure who could cut to the heart of any problem. After more than 20 years, Dr. Phil ended his iconic show, but he wasn't retiring. Instead, he set his sights on a new challenge, building a media company that would expand his reach and impact. This bold move marked the end of one era and the start of another, filled with both promise and risk. Dr. Phil's next chapter would test his reputation and business acumen in ways he never expected. The transition from TV host to media mogul would prove far more complicated than anyone imagined. As he launched his new venture, the world watched to see if he could replicate his past success. But soon, unexpected challenges would threaten to overshadow his legacy. The story of Dr. Phil's rise and recent troubles is a lesson in ambition, risk, and the unpredictable nature of fame. His journey from trusted TV advisor to embattled media entrepreneur is a dramatic tale of reinvention. And it's far from over. After ending his talk show, Dr. Phil launched Merit Street Media, a bold attempt to build a new TV network from scratch in Texas. The vision, a media company producing content that reflected his values, with a flagship show, Dr. Phil Primetime, at its core. He aimed to create a network that could compete with established giants, offering news and entertainment for American families. The launch in April 2024 generated excitement, with many expecting Dr. Phil's Midas touch to guarantee success. He invested heavily, hiring staff and building studios, determined to make Merit Street Media a powerhouse. But building a network is expensive, and the financial demands quickly mounted. The company's ambitious plans soon collided with harsh economic realities. Initial enthusiasm gave way to concerns about funding and sustainability. The dream of a new media empire was suddenly at risk. As money problems grew, so did the pressure on Dr. Phil and his team. The stage was set for a dramatic showdown that would test the limits of his new venture. Merit Street Media's future now depended on securing the financial support it desperately needed. And that support would come with its own set of challenges. To fund Merit Street Media, Dr. Phil partnered with Trinity Broadcasting Network, TBN, a major Christian broadcaster. TBN was supposed to provide over $100 million, giving the new network a solid financial foundation. The partnership seemed perfect, Dr. Phil's star power and TBN's resources. But the alliance quickly soured. Dr. Phil's company accused TBN of backing out of its funding commitment, leaving Merit Street Media in crisis. Merit Street Media sued TBN for breach of agreement, claiming the promised money never arrived. TBN fired back with a countersuit, blaming Dr. Phil's team for the partnership's collapse. The legal battle became public and bitter, with both sides trading accusations. Without TBN's support, Merit Street Media couldn't pay its bills or keep operating. The company's future now hinged on the outcome of this high-stakes lawsuit. Millions of dollars and the fate of the network were on the line. The once promising partnership had devolved into a legal war. As the dispute escalated, Merit Street Media was pushed to the brink of bankruptcy. The dream of a new media empire was now in serious jeopardy, and the next move would take place in bankruptcy court. Bankruptcy is a legal process for people or companies who can't pay their debts. It offers protection from creditors and a chance to reorganize or liquidate assets under court supervision. Filing triggers an automatic stay, stopping all collection efforts while the court oversees the case. There are different types, or chapters, of bankruptcy, each designed for specific situations. Merit Street Media filed for bankruptcy to shield itself from creditors and buy time to resolve its financial crisis. It was a last-ditch effort to save the company from total collapse. Businesses in bankruptcy usually choose between Chapter 11, reorganization, and Chapter 7, liquidation. Chapter 11 lets a company keep operating while it restructures debts, aiming for a comeback. Management stays in control, working with the court and creditors to create a repayment plan. If successful, the company emerges leaner and stronger. Chapter 7 is the opposite. The company shuts down, a trustee sells off assets, and the proceeds go to creditors. There's no second chance. Once assets are sold, the company ceases to exist. Merit Street Media hoped for Chapter 11, seeking a lifeline to reorganize and survive. But the risk of being forced into Chapter 7 loomed large. The choice between these chapters would determine the company's fate. For Dr. Phil, it was the difference between a comeback and a complete shutdown. The court's decision would be critical, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Dr. Phil's team asked the court for Chapter 11 protection, hoping to reorganize and keep Merit Street Media alive. They argued that with time and court oversight, they could fix the company's finances and continue operating. But Judge Scott Everett saw things differently. On October 29, 2025, he denied their request and ordered a Chapter 7 liquidation instead. The ruling meant immediate shutdown, operations stopped, a trustee took over, and all assets would be sold to pay creditors. The judge cited concerns about management's fairness and treatment of creditors. He believed some creditors were favored over others, violating bankruptcy rules. The court concluded that Dr. Phil's team couldn't be trusted to lead a fair reorganization. The dream of Merit Street Media was over. Everything from studio equipment to office furniture would be auctioned off. TBN, as a major creditor, stood to recover some losses. For Dr. Phil and his staff, it was a crushing defeat. The company that began with such promise was now being dismantled by court order. The fallout was immediate and devastating. Judge Everett's ruling wasn't just a legal blow, it was a personal rebuke of Dr. Phil. He accused Dr. Phil of not being forthright during the proceedings, casting doubt on his honesty. The judge cited missing evidence, including a deleted text message about eliminating creditor claims. This deletion was seen as an attempt to hide information from the court. Destroying evidence is a serious charge and heavily influenced the judge's decision. The court also found that Merit Street Media made preferential payments, favoring some creditors over others. Bankruptcy law requires fairness, and the judge believed Dr. Phil's company broke those rules. These findings led the judge to deny Chapter 11 and order liquidation. The public criticism was a major blow to Dr. Phil's carefully crafted image. Accusations of dishonesty and unfairness threatened his reputation. The judge's words were as damaging as the financial loss. Dr. Phil now faced a public relations crisis on top of his business troubles. The fallout extended far beyond the courtroom. For a man known for straight talk, the judge's accusations cut deep. The ruling left Dr. Phil's legacy in question, and the story was far from finished. Despite the harsh ruling, Dr. Phil's team quickly announced they would appeal. They challenged the judge's findings, especially the claim of destroyed evidence. A spokesperson insisted no evidence was intentionally deleted, directly contradicting the court's conclusion. The appeal aims to overturn the liquidation order and pause the asset sell-off. Dr. Phil's team hopes to win another chance for reorganization or a different solution. The legal fight is far from over. Appeals can take months or even years. Their response was swift and forceful, signaling they're not giving up. The outcome is uncertain, but Dr. Phil is determined to defend his company and reputation. The appeal process will play out in higher courts with everything at stake. Employees and investors are watching closely, hoping for a reversal. For now, the company's fate hangs in the balance. The next chapter will be decided in appellate court. The battle for Merit Street Media continues. With the liquidation order in place, a court-appointed trustee will take control of Merit Street Media. The trustee will inventory and sell all assets, from studios to equipment, to pay creditors. Creditors must file claims, but there likely won't be enough money to pay everyone in full. The company will be dismantled, piece by piece. Dr. Phil's appeal could pause this process if a higher court grants a stay. If successful, the case might return to bankruptcy court for another look. Regardless of the outcome, Dr. Phil's reputation has taken a hit. The judge's harsh words have been widely reported, challenging his image as a trusted advisor. Rebuilding public trust may be his biggest challenge yet. Whether Merit Street Media survives or not, this chapter will define Dr. Phil's legacy. The next few months will determine if this is the end of his media empire or the start of a comeback. The world is watching to see what Dr. Phil does next. His story is a cautionary tale of ambition, risk, and resilience, and the final outcome is still unwritten.